Yo, what's up Superfit fam? This is Super Chad bringing you guys another amazing video. Alright, today we are talking about handstand push-ups. I'm going to show you guys all the exercises that you guys need to be doing in order to achieve your handstand push-up. So I'm going to be showing you guys some beginner exercises and some intermediate exercises and the last few exercises you need to do to finally unlock that handstand push-up. Alright guys, let's get it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure that we properly warm up. Warming up is a really good way to help prevent injury while you're doing your exercise. I always like to do movement-based warm-ups rather than stretching. When you do movement-based warm-ups, it actually moves synovial fluid into the joints, and it's also really good for getting the muscles warmed up and ready to do the exercise. So first thing we're gonna do is just some shoulder inlocates and dislocates with a resistance band. Just go like this. We'll do about like 15 to 20 of these. Make sure you add some tension to the resistance band as you go up and over. Good. You can also do some opens just like this with the back muscles. Good. Also get some raises in. That way we get good at pushing to our ears. You can also come outside, just do some chest closes, warm up our chest a little bit. Good. And after we do 15 to 20 reps of that, we're gonna warm up our wrists. So nice and simply, we're gonna close our hands, do some wrist circles, going outside. Then after that, going inside, about 15 to 20 of these. Good. Now up and down, hands closed the whole entire time, side to side. Wrists should already start burning. Now you're gonna open your hands, do the same exact thing. Up, down, left, right, and around in a circle. My forearms are already burning. This is a really good warm-up, warming up the wrists, and then shake it out. And that's gonna be the warm-up, okay? All right, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is balance. So in order to do a handstand push-up, you need to have balance. The best way to help you achieve handstand balance is by using the wall. So if you remember when you were a baby, you could not stand up without using the wall. So you have to use some type of assistance to actually learn the handstand. So what I like to do is spider handstands where we bring our belly to the wall. So I'm gonna put my hands down on the ground, put my feet on the wall just like this. And for now, I want you to get used to staying away from the wall. Once you get a little bit better, I want you to try to move closer and walk your feet up a little bit higher. Now, once you get a little bit high, you want to start getting used to pushing strong through your arms and then slowly learning how to take a foot off the wall, just like this. But you're not kicking off the wall, because if you kick off the wall, you're gonna fall just like that, okay? I see a lot of people, they kick off the wall when trying to learn that spider handstand. That's an immediate way to fall down, and we don't want that, okay? So learn how to take one foot off the wall, balance using your hands, learn how to use your fingertips, and slowly increase your handstand hold time, okay guys? I do have some other videos on handstands on how to learn the actual handstand. I'll leave a card up to that on this in the corner over there. When you're doing these handstands, do them before you start your handstand push-up workout. Do about 4 sets, go aiming for like a 20-second to 30-second handstand each set, okay? If you have to use the wall, use the wall. All right, let's get into those actual exercises for the handstand push-up. All right, so one of the first exercises you want to be able to do in order to do handstand push-ups is going to be a pike push-up, but just working on your scapula elevation and depression. So what that's going to be, we're going to put our hands on the ground, go into a normal push-up position with our hips down. Then from there, we're gonna walk our feet as close to our hands as we can get them, and then try to keep our arms by our ears. From here, we're gonna depress our scapula, meaning relaxing our shoulders, then push really tall. Relax, push tall, relax, push tall. That's just a really basic of learning how to push tall through your shoulders, which is really important for learning the handstand push-up. You should already be able to do that before we get into these handstand push-ups. If you can already do that, you're safe to do the next exercise, which is going to be the pike push-up. So same exact position. We're going to be here on our tippy toes, but this time we're going to bend our arms, head comes forward in front of our hands, then push back to our ears, just like this. So down, push, down, push, down, push. While doing that exercise, you want to make sure you're on your tippy toes the whole entire time. You want to make sure all the pressure or weight is on your hands and on your shoulders. Now, over time, that exercise is going to get a lot easier, but your starting goal should be about 4 or 5 sets, about 6 to 8 reps. Once you can start making it to 10 reps, you're ready to do the next variation or the tougher variation of the pike push-up. And I'll show you that right now. All right, so the next variation is gonna be an elevated pike push-up where we're actually gonna put our feet on top of something. This is gonna load more of the weight onto our shoulders and our hands and make the pike push-up a lot harder because now we're using more of our actual body weight. I'll show you guys right here. So hands on the floor, My feet go up. Now I move my hands back a little bit to try to get good alignment. From there, push to my ears. Come down, head comes in front of your hands, then back to your ears. Down in front, then back to your ears. Down in front, back to your ears, okay? Now that one's really tough. Once you get better at that, you're safe to start doing handstand push-ups up against the wall, like bringing your feet all the way up. So if I had to take that one more notch up, I'd put my feet higher, move here, put my feet even higher, and I would actually start coming down, head in front, then boop, head back here. Just like that, okay? And that's like one of the last progressions that you need before you're actually doing the handstand push-up away from the wall. But I'm gonna give you guys some few extra exercises that you can also use to help learn that handstand push-up a lot better. All right, so another really good exercise for helping you to learn that handstand push-up, so it's gonna be a little bit more of a beginner exercise, is gonna be the frog stand. So frog stand, all you're gonna do is get into a squat like this. You're gonna put your hands down in the middle of your legs, pretend that you're like sitting down like a puppy. Now you're gonna grab the ground. Now this is really important. I didn't mention this before. When we put our hands on the ground, you wanna make sure you're trying to grab the ground. Not hands flat, grab the ground. When you're actually standing on your feet, your toes are constantly grabbing the ground and readjusting so you can stand upright. Your hands have to do the same thing when you're doing a handstand. So my hands try to grab. Now from there, I'm gonna bend my elbows and put my legs on my elbows. And from there, I'm gonna learn how to hold this position, okay? Learning frog stand is really beneficial for learning that bottom portion of the handstand push-up, which can be really tough. So that's a really good beginner exercise to start off with, and it's also to help us learn a little bit of that balance. Once you get a little bit better at it, you can take your legs off your arms. So from here, I can take my legs off my arms and just learn how to stay down here, okay? Which can be really tough. But the whole goal of just doing that exercise is learning how to balance when our arms are in that bent arm position, okay? All right, now I wanna get into that next exercise that's a level up from that. So if you guys saw the pike push-ups before, now the pike push-ups can get really tough especially if you have your feet elevated. Now another way that we can make the pike push-up even tougher is that we start to get our feet off the ground on every single rep. Now this is like an advanced form of the frog stand, but also kind of like an advanced form of the pike push-up as well. So I'll show you. We're gonna go back into our pike push-up form. So normal push-up form, pike push-up, we're here. Now what I'm gonna do is as I come down, my toes come off the ground, and then I push back. I come down, my toes come off the ground, and then I push back. So we're kind of combining some of that strength that we gained from doing the frog stand and combining it into the pike push-up. So it's like a double whammy right there, and you're getting more bang for your buck. I highly suggest that exercise because it does teach balance and it does teach strength at the same time. And you can apply that to the more advanced pike push-up where your feet are actually on the wall. So I'll actually show that real quick. I'll come over here. Let's do it right here. Good. So right now I'm in a handstand push-up. I'm gonna come down, my feet come off the wall, and I balance for a second. Then I use the wall to try to get back up. Notice that my head still comes in front of my hands, feet are off the wall, using my hands to grip, push back up, okay? And then of course, if we're in a pike position, we can also do this from a more advanced pike version from here. Actually, no, have no more energy. But you guys get the idea. Every time we come down, whether we have our feet up in a full handstand, or if we're doing a pike push-up, feet come off the wall, feet come off the floor, we balance for a second, then we come back up, okay? That's a little bit more advanced, so you can try that one also. When going for frog stands, aim for 4 sets, about 8 to 10 second holds at first, build up to 15 seconds before you try harder variations. For the pike push-ups, 4 sets, 6 to 8 reps, try to make it up to 12 reps eventually before you try a harder variation. Once you have everything there unlocked, that you can do the pike push-ups, get your feet off the floor, you can do the, the more advanced pike push-ups and the handstand push-ups against the wall. Now it's time to try to take it away from the wall. And I'm gonna show you guys one really good exercise to try to get you guys there. All right, let's go. All right, so the last exercise that we're gonna do, we're gonna try to combine a little bit of everything that we did. The only difference here is that there is no wall, okay? So we're gonna start from a frog stand, and from frog stand, we're gonna try to press all the way up into our handstand. Now the goal, you do not have to hold the handstand at first. By the time you make it to this point, you should be able to hold the handstand for like about 5 to 10 seconds, but our goal really here is not to get the hold, just to get the strength that we make it up in the handstand push-up. Eventually, yes, we want the hold, but it should look like this. So I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna go into my frog stand. From here, I'm gonna go into that tucked position that you saw me doing before. So tuck, and then try to kick up, and then come down, just like that. Notice I overshot, because I just literally strengthened myself up, and then just come down after that. So I'm gonna do one more quick one, and then I'll do one that's more controlled. So frog stand, I'm here, get my legs up, shoot up, and then come down, okay? And that's just me shooting up ridiculously fast. When you start getting better, you'll be able to control the motion a lot more, and you'll be able to go more slower and could get more control of the movement. So if I went slower, I'm here frog stand. I slowly bring my knees in, feet come up, slowly start to press, feel my balance, boom, and then come back down. Just like that. Slow, smooth, and controlled, just like that, okay guys? As you get better at doing that, I promise it will get a lot easier in time, and you'll be able to control the motion a lot better. When I first started out, I used to flop, fall on my back every single time, but I wasn't working on my handstand balance at the same time. I guarantee if you work on your balance and you work on the bent arm strength at the same time, it will come super easy for you. But just make sure you follow everything that I put in this video. All right, Superfit fam, I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. I hope it super helps you guys in your handstand journey and getting that first handstand push-up. If it does help you guys out, please let me know in the comments below. If you feel like there's anything I left out or any concerns that you guys have or any personal questions you guys have about handstand push-ups, leave it down in the comments below. As always, like and subscribe to my page. It does help my video out, puts in front of more people who can use the video. And as always, stay healthy, stay fit, and peace.